so wide open to the auditory and chromatic and somatic sensibilities of Qualia that I have there's a lulling dullness I enjoy from, the recordings, documentary footage, the video compressions, the stark reduced colours, this low resolution digital video. I really like the analogy that animals are the string instruments of subjective sensation, and the plants, the wind instruments of sensation. Say that the strings are the nerves to piano, and a clarinet needs no sensory organs to create tones, like plants. Plants need no sense organs for their photoreceptivity. Human nautics, fucking big box of philosophical frogs wrestle. In box of frogs.
Bag of spanners.
Aye.
The traditional view of the mind and brain, I think it's deeply flawed.
Piccadilly, Staybridge, Huddersfield, Dewsbury, Leeds, Dartford, York, Malton, Seamer and Scarborough.
We apologise for this disruption, but it's due to Network Rail undertaking station upgrade work at Liverpool Line Street. Our next station stop is Manchester Oxford Road.
Get inside, look at it.
The traditional view of the mind and brain, I think it's deeply flawed. So we can reject that. I think Panpsychism is the most logical explanation, but it's got issues as well. And when you get into the third realm aspect of it as well, then it gets very contentious.
Isn't that really old school? I thought matter, time and space were considered digital in the 90s. So what are the current properties of matter now then?
Staff club. Oh, I can't see any staff. Apart from this guy that's the head now, what do you talk about then?
I don't really talk, I just kind of find poetry somewhere and usually have a line.
Do you do it every day?
No, I had to do it every day for this thing for 2 weeks for its residency. And it was crap because I did it after I stopped doing exciting stuff and come back to it. So
We really know very little about this whole thing about sentience. We think we create models and whatever, but they always reach these paradoxes, contradictions, or impasses. And that's why you have to open up, that's why Panpsychism is becoming a prevalent view again in the last 15 years, because, okay, maybe we should re-explore this whole theory about how mind and matter relate. For example, the properties in quantum physics to someone 100 years ago, they would have thought that's completely religious, magical. But now we accept it, people do generally, and there's no reason to believe that matter as we know it today is absolute. The reason for that is ultimately because, it does not explain sentience. We cannot get a proper view of reality without the integration of sentience into our overall ontology, our worldview.
back end of your or articulating your thoughts.
No, but articulating them not in a. You understand your thoughts, and when you read it, I think you understand it. But you've got to understand it. Someone might necessarily understand it.
Yeah.
Because of the language that you don't. So I think the PhD encourages you to, like these masters, to be able to. I think when you're writing it, that you're communicating it to an intelligent hand.
Distinction between panpsychism and pan-proto-psychism.
Panpsychism believes that matter and mind are essentially one thing, and we understand them as two things by artificially abstracting them. Whereas pan-proto-psychism is the view that mind and matter are both emergent out of something which is neither of the two. It's not mind, it's not matter. It's a neutral substance. That's why this is also known as neutral monism. A lot of people read Russell in this view, and it's an interesting point of view, but Galen Strawson, who's probably the most prevalent analytical philosopher on panpsychism, he's got a problem with it because ultimately, yeah, it is emergence. You know, from something which is not mental, you get the emergence of something mental and physical. But then you've got this. If one of the main arguments for panpsychism is anti-emergentism, the genetic argument, then you've got this issue. Well, you've got emergentism again, you know, here. So this is not a helpful alternate, but people are looking into it. There's a lot of research on that at the moment, conferences and so on. But I personally think, yeah, no, it's you know, the problem of emergence then re-emerges. The evolution of matter into, you know, atoms, molecules, planets, galaxies, and so on is concurrent with the evolution of mind, right? So they are always together because, like I say, I emphasize this point. Our notion of matter energy, as we'd call it today, is an abstraction. It's not a real thing. It's a logical construction. It would be very presumptive to think that we've now attained what, you know, knowledge of what matter actually is, right? So the argument from the panpsychist point of view is this. If emergentism fails for the reasons given, like mental causation, the fact that we've got no scientific laws, transordental nomology to explain how mind could emerge from matter, you know, it's not a scientific view, emergentism, by the way. It's a materialist view. It's not scientific. Is it not more parsimonious, more plausible to say, okay, we can't explain how emergentism works at all. Therefore, let's say that the mind didn't emerge, right? And what does that imply? If the mind did not emerge, then it always existed. And if it always existed, it didn't only exist in us humans, it must predate us humans as well, and that's panpsychism then, because it must have existed in pre-organic molecules and whatnot.
Can I stick it in a cuboid?
Not read it. You played years ago. Where was that? What?
Colin Green? What clip? I don't know.
Is that film? You just kept me saying that.
Yeah. Was it a tentacle thing?
Maybe.
That's got a wax hand back as well in your pod. We've like bought it in the part of the show. Wax hand back, not really.
50, Aruba train to Wales in service to Chester via Warrington,